This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Welcome to our show, Heartbeat Live. I'm your host, Reo Rosa. Mag-uusap tayo dito sa loob ng halos isang oras. Alam po ninyo, dahil lang sa response ninyo, so sa unang guesting dito ni Attorney Glenn Chong, former congressman from Biliran Province and is a clean and honest elections advocate, minarapat namin na ibalik siya dito sapagkat marami pa tayong issues na hindi nakuhang talakayin doon sa unang appearance niya dito sa ating programa. Kanya nandito ngayon si Attorney Glenn Chong. Welcome, Attorney Glenn, at salamat nakadalo ka muli sa kabisi-bisi ng iyong trabaho.
Thank you very much for having me in your program again. At sa mga
Pero,
nanonood sa atin ngayon, magandang gabi po.
Lilinawin ko lang ang isang bagay sapagkat involved si Attorney Glenn Chong doon sa protesta ni Bongbong Marcos kontra kay Vice President Leni Robredo.
Observer lang po ako.
Ha?
Observer lang po ako.
Oh, hindi, dali lang. Kanya, yan is being heard now before the PET, no, the Presidential Electoral Tribunal, because it involves a national figure, no?
Yes.
Okay. And dito, napakadami ang nangyayari sapagkat one party is claiming na siya represents ganito at yung and he is here. Kanya gusto kong linawin para maunawaan nyo. Are you representing anybody in particular?
No, I am not representing any of the parties. I am not a representative of any one of those two camps. I am not also a lawyer to any one of them.
Are you receiving any remuneration from any one of them?
No. Wala ho akong tinatanggap na monetary compensation or even a promise.
No, ni pangako, wala.
Hindi pangako, wala po.
Entonces, anong ginagawa mo dyan?
Ang interest ko talaga rito, Tito Ray, as I have always been interested since 2010 pa until now, that's 8 long years, is magkaroon talaga tayo ng malinis, mapagkatiwalaang halalan.
So, ang ginagawa mo dito, tinitingnan mo ngayon kung gaano kalinis yung nakaraan.
No. Tinitingnan ko kung anong ebidensyang ipapakita ko ng dayaan. Because it's not a question of malinis ba yung eleksyon o hindi.
No, specific ito. It's between, for the position of Vice President lang.
Yes.
So yun lang ngayon ang tinitingnan mo, at tinitingnan mo yung prosesong nagdaan at yung mga pagsisiyasat ngayon na nagaganap tungkol dyan sa botohan na yan. And anong general impression na nakikita mo habang medyo maaga pa?
Actually, Tito Ray, let me clarify. I am not only observing in the case of the Vice President. As a matter of fact, nandun din po ako sa Senate Electoral Tribunal when the Executive Director of the COMELEC was testifying. Because he was summoned, he was subpoenaed to testify as an adverse witness for Secretary Francis Tolentino. I was there. I was observing the proceedings. I am also observing in the House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal, in particular yung kaso ni Villafuerte versus Bordado. So in other words, I am looking at these things dahil gusto kong ipakita talaga sa tao na ito yung mga nangyayari sa ating eleksyon. Kaya for me, it's not a question of I'm there.
Parang lalabas dito kung nagtatalo itong dalawang ito pag hindi ka pumunta sa kanila at nandun ka sa kabila, ang tingin sa'yo, pareho sila ang tingin pagkabila Parang sabihin dito ni Robredo, represent Marcos. Sabihin naman ni Marcos, represent Robredo.
No.
Galit lang sila pareho sa iyo.
Hindi naman, Tito Ray. Ang advocacy ko is really to expose the fraud.
Okay.
So naturally, ang tingin ng...
Kung meron,
It's not a question of meron because I'm 100% sure meron.
Oh, okay.
So I'm 100% sure na meron talagang dayaan. But we have to bring out the evidence to the fore, to the public, para ma-appreciate nila and they can act. Because we cannot rely anymore on our public officials to do something.
Can you observe there simply as Mr. Citizen?
Yes, of course.
Hindi,
I'm allowed
hindi,
naman.
Hindi nila tinututulan.
Hindi naman ako ino-object. Kasi hindi rin ako magpapatalo. I will fight for my right to be there.
Oo.
Oh,
So that means anybody can be there.
Yes, because these proceedings are supposed to be public.
Okay.
O, kaya, nung nag-present po ng evidence doon sa Senate Electoral Tribunal, I was there. Nung nag-preliminary conference po doon sa HRAT, I was also there as a private citizen, as an observer. So, kung wala namang nag-object sa akin, and if they will object, I will also answer. I'm here because my interest is for the public. Gusto kong ipalabas yung dayaan, yung ebidensya ng dayaan. And now we're beginning to see these things. Kasi saan ba natin makikita yung ebidensya, Tito Ray? Except doon sa protesta. Because sa protesta lang talaga nabubuksan ang balotang muli. Di ba? It's only this time that we open the ballots again. We look for the voter receipt, which I fought so hard and we won with Senator Gordon. Kaya meron tayong voter receipt at this time. So, unti-unti.
Okay. For example, ito lang, just to test the system. Meron bang mga voter receipts dun sa mga ballot boxes?
Supposedly.
I mean, I'm asking about the ones that were opened.
Oh, teka muna. Let me answer that. Put it in the right perspective. I wrote a position paper to the Commission on Elections, which was adopted by the Supreme Court in toto. So, about the voter receipt, na kailangan talagang lumabas yung voter receipt.
Oo.
Kasi para makumpir talaga ng tao yung balotang binoto na at yung resibong lumabas sa makina.
Oo.
And supposedly, this voter receipt, ito ang sinabi ko sa COMELEC, para hindi ibenta ang voter receipt doon sa labas, you drop it in a separate receptacle. So, ang ginawa nila, yung lagayan ng official ballots na mahaba, yun ang ginawang receptacle. So, all the voter receipts should be dropped in that voter receptacle, voter receipt receptacle. Then, if according to COMELEC resolution, instruction po nila yun, ilagay mo yan sa ballot box and then seal it. Di ba? So, anong nangyari? When they opened some of the towns in Camarines Sur sa Presidential Electoral Tribunal, 97 precincts. So far, walang voter receipt.
Wala.
No, 97 precincts so far ang walang voter receipts. Then lately lang, about 2 days ago, nung binuksan naman yung ibang ballot boxes, ang voter receipt ng precinct na ito, wala dito, nandun sa kabilang presinto. Ang voter receipt naman dun sa kabila, nandun sa kabilang presinto.
Ano yan? Nilito nilang talaga.
I don't know what they are doing.
Kasi hindi mo malaman kung paano lilipat yung voter receipt.
Because wala namang mga paayo mga voter receipt that they will walk from one ballot box to the other. Eh bakit yung ballot box na ito, yung voter receipt wala dyan, nandun sa kabila. Yung sa kabila naman wala dito, nandun sa kabilang ballot box.
Ano
So it
yan?
only
Alam
means
mo kung ano yan, Kuya Glenn? Himala.
that's post-election tampering. These are indications of post-election tampering. Ibig sabihin, pagkatapos ng halalan, binuksan muli yung mga ballot boxes at pinakialaman yun.
Ano yun? To confuse the issue?
To confuse, in the case of yung nawawala, you have one less piece of evidence to use. Kasi ang evidence mo talaga dyan would be the ballot image, the physical ballot, and the voter receipt. All the three of them must match.
Oo,
Di ba?
dapat. Pare-pareho yan.
Kasi noong 2010, 2013, what we have is only the ballot image and the physical ballot. Now, in 2016, nadagdagan ng isa. Ito yung voter receipt. So, all the three, the ballot image, the physical ballots, yung fill out ng botante, at yung voter receipt, yung lumabas sa makina, they should all match together.
Okay, saan ba? Who takes charge of those ballot boxes after the election?
The city and municipal treasurer.
Okay, have you taken note of who these municipal treasurers are? Because I think if you can document, okay, wala dito ang voter receipt na ilipat, etc., etc., you can sue them.
Yes, they should be made to account for these discrepancies. Pero usually kasi sa PET and in other tribunals, the accountability of these public officers
Hindi na
for these
tinitingnan.
ballots, no, they come after the revision. during the presentation of evidence.
Ay, after the revision, tatama rin ng kumilos yan.
Hindi. Pagkatapos kasi ng revision, Tito Ray, comes the presentation of evidence. You have to offer this evidence for the tribunal to appreciate them. So, it's during this time that these officers, these city and municipal treasurers, including maybe the election officers of the municipality, you summon them and then make them explain. And in cases where liability is clear, pwede silang kasuhan.
Sino magkakaso sa kanila?
It should be the COMELEC because that is an election offense.
But does the COMELEC do it?
I have not heard pa recently na the COMELEC has sued a BEI or a municipal or election officer, a treasurer for that matter, dahil natamper yung may post-election tampering doon sa mga ballot boxes under his or her care.
Okay, let me ask you a question. From all of these ballot boxes na walang voter receipt, for example,
Yes.
kaya bang bilangin yung mga balota dyan?
Okay.
O meron ka na naman problema sa image?
Meron tayong problema sa image talaga. We really have a problem with the ballot image. Because as I have discussed before,
Eh, paano nilang
Tampered na
bibilangin
yun.
yung mga botong yan?
tampered na yon, di ba?
Oh.
Tampered na yon. With respect naman to the physical ballots, nandyan yung physical ballots, all right?
Okay, technically, may ito ang balota, ito ang ballot image, hindi pareho, eh anong tatanggapin mo dyan? Which one? Or will all those ballots that are
ako yung
questionable
abogado mo,
will be no longer counted?
I will impugn both and nullify the results. Because hindi tugma eh.
Sabihin mo, hindi na bibilangin yun.
O hindi ko nabibilangin yan because I cannot rely anymore which of these two is true.
And what do you think the Electoral Tribunal will say
Well,
to
it's
that?
up to them.
What do you say? I mean, do a little speculation.
In the case of the wet ballots, yung mga basa, because so far, ang basa sa PET is already 26 ballot boxes. May 12 sa ARMM, that is 38. May 4 sa HRET, that is 42. 42 na po lahat. That's about 22,000 votes.
Okay.
So, ito, basa na yung balota. As a matter of fact, hindi lang ito plain na tubig. We believe na chemical ang ginamit
So
dito.
that means sadyang,
Sadya talaga yan.
okay, in
Sinadya
other words,
talaga yan.
hindi bagyo,
Hindi bagyo yan.
hindi yan ulan.
Hindi ulan. Chemical yan. As a matter of fact, lately, 2 days ago, Tito Ray, there was one ballot box ata that was opened in the Presidential Electoral Tribunal. When they opened it, yung ibang balota nasa loob ng plastic bag. Yung ibang balota nakababad sa tubig or chemical. So ang
They were
tanong
trying
ngayon,
to preserve some
bakit
votes.
merong pre-reserve?
Okay. Anong majority count nung, anong count nung naka-preserve?
No, hindi pa nakita, wala pang report. Next week siguro.
Baka next
We
week.
would be able to know kung kanino yung mga balotang nasa loob ng plastic bag at kanino naman yung nakababa doon sa tubig or chemical.
Oo.
There was also one precinct na yung balota, yung gilid ng balota, may mga cigarette burns. May cigarette burns sa gilid ng balota at saka sa gitna. And all of the ballots were for Leni Robredo, except for one ballot that was rejected for BBM.
Okay. Well, what is the significance of that?
Because it is highly questionable na lahat ng balota in one particular precinct would be shaded for one particular candidate.
Hindi ba niya pwede sabihin, taga dyan ako eh.
Eh kahit naman siguro, Tito Ray, sa bayan mo, not everybody will agree to vote for you.
You don't know my charm. Before
okay.
you go ahead, we have to pause for a few reminders. We will be right back. Huwag kayong mamawala.